Hey guys, and welcome to this edition of our off-road camper build. This week I've seen a lot of talk about people running inverters on 12 volt systems lately, and when I went over to King's, yes, King's again, they're like drug takers. You go in there and it's like, that is so cheap, I just have to have that. But anyway, when I went over to get the electrical box, I was just wandering through their retail outlet and I noticed that there was an inverter, 1500 watt inverter for just over $200. And when I look at like the top end inverters, the Redux and the like, a 1500 watt inverter is like $1,500, and it's like, oh, what are these like? So I've gone home and had a bit of a look on YouTube, as you do, and read some reviews and watched some YouTube videos on them, and I found a local Australian guy who has put one of these through some fairly exhaustive tests, and he can see that he can run it up to about 1800 watts of current draw before it just shuts down. So anything up to 1500, it's quite good. And he's done a couple of these videos and he seems to be okay with the quality of the inverter. So I thought, a couple of $100, what have I got to lose? So I've bought one, but I don't want to go away with it and think to myself, oh, this is terrible, and have to go and forage for food in the forest or something. So what I thought was, today, let's cook something using this inverter. We're just not going to boil water. We'll cook, say, a breakfast. We'll make a coffee with a coffee machine and just see what percentage of my 100 amp battery it uses and whether it's a viable solution. First up, we'll set up, and another thing I've just bought is this Zampera bamboo fold-up camp table, and it is an absolute ripper of a thing. It folds up into this, and it's just a really nice piece of kit. It's bamboo topped. It just folds out as such. The legs fold out. The locking pieces lock in. You can extend the legs, which is what we'll be doing today. They lock in with a twist. And we have a small but good looking camp table. So I'll go and get the coffee machine so we can make a coffee. I've bought an Induction Hotplate and I'll run through that in a moment, but I'll just set those up.
A few moments later.
So first up, let's have a look at this King's inverter. I've just connected it to the battery. The idea with these things is you've got to have good current to them. They suggest just hooking them straight to the battery. If I mount this somewhere, if it does work okay, I'll put a circuit breaker in between the battery and the inverter. However, for today's effort, I don't think it needs that. So basically all this does is convert 12 volt current to 240 volt AC that you can plug your household implements into. You do need to make sure that the inverter is big enough to power whatever you're looking at. Both of these gadgets I'm playing with today are suitable. So this is the front of the inverter. We've got two AC outputs, 10 amp. We've got a USB output. We've got the on-off switch and a remote switch for the inverter, whereas if you put this in a cupboard, you can remotely turn the inverter on and off. So let's just turn the inverter on. We're ready to go. Let's turn our Nespresso machine on. That's just heating up. I'll put a capsule in there. And when that's heated up, we should be able to make a coffee. I've charged the battery up to 100%. We're now at 99.97. With the inverter just in standby and the fridge running, we're taking 2.8 amps out of it. So let's see how we go with this. So the coffee's working. We're drawing heaps of current. Let's see how it goes. That's nice and hot. and we're done. We've used about 2.5% of our 100 amp battery, and we're back to a 2.89 amp loading. So I think that's pretty good. Now with our induction hot plate, I've paid the sum of 59 bucks for that from IKEA, that fabulous store from Sweden. I've read some reviews online and there's so many positive reviews about this. The good thing I've found is, whilst it's a 2000 watt induction hot plate, it actually goes down in steps, and there's 9 steps. I've done a little bit of what current will it draw, and at level 5 we're at about 1300 watts. So let's cook an omelette on this and see if we can actually do it with this battery setup. Now when you cook on these induction hot plates, you need a pan that's suitable for induction cooking. Luckily we have one. It's got a steel base suitable for induction cooking. It's a Tefal. I don't know whether that's good or not, but let's see how we go with this. Now the main thing with these induction cooktops is that you put the pan on before you do anything. So we'll turn that on. We'll unlock the hot plate. We'll put on level 5. You can hear that whirring away already, and it won't take long for that to get hot. At the moment on level 5, what sort of amps are we drawing? 99 amps present current. Let's put a bit of oil in here. And like any good cook, I've prepared this earlier. So I'll put our egg in. Let that sizzle around for a little bit. Now this morning we're having ham, capsicum, tomato and some onion as a filling. So we'll just put that on here, sprinkle it around like any good chef would. You can see I do this all the time, don't you? Omelettes are awesome. Let's add some seasoning. So how are we going? So we're at, we're pulling 100 amps. We've got an hour left of you doing that. We're at 92.6% of charge, and the battery's at 21.5 Celsius temperature, which seems to be where it runs. That's just about ready to flip over. Stray tomato there. But this looks as though it could well be doable. It's a bit strange doing this in your driveway, but I'd rather do it here and know if it works or not. So I've turned this down 1 notch, and our present output current has gone down to 38%, which is very good. So I think that's just about it. That's looking pretty damn fine to me. And we'll turn that off. So So I've cooked my breakfast, made a nice coffee, made an omelette. We've garnished the omelette with some coriander and spring onions. Battery, we have 88.88. So we've used just over 10% of the battery by cooking with 240 volt. Our present current is 4.31, and that's mainly because I think the fans are still on cooling down the inverter. But this is a viable option, I think, because during the day it seems as though if I leave the camper where it gets part sun, part shade, I'm getting about 15 to 20% charge on the battery each day. So let's just rehash what we've done here. This blows my mind that I can have a battery in the camper that's charged and make my breakfast for free. That is good. I've actually been on a keto diet for the past month or so, and whilst I haven't been extreme with it, I've found it's really good, and I've found that I was getting a little bit of heartburn before, and I'm now not, which is really interesting by cutting out breads and sugars and the like. And when you can eat food like this for breakfast, it is absolutely awesome. So yeah, I am the fat guy at the moment, but hopefully we'll fix that up. So back to the story at hand. End of the day, I've used 10% of my battery's charge cooking breakfast, and let's say it used 15%, because if there was two of us here, because there'd just be another coffee and I'd make 2 omelettes, and I think I could tweak the induction hot plate with getting it up to heat on the level 5 and then dialing it back 1 or 2, which seems to really cut down the amps that it uses. And even at 20% usage for breakfast, when I've got the camper sitting where it's parked at my house, and I get about 15 to 20% of charge, and this is an early spring day where the sun doesn't have a lot of oomph in it. I'm basically getting my recharge from a breakfast. I probably wouldn't cook anything for lunch. The fridge is running. It's only really dinner and the lights that I have on at night, and maybe phone charging or the like, or iPad charging, that would drain more energy out of the battery. So if I could get the battery up to say 100% or near to it with solar during the day, this is a very viable solution for a weekend camping trip. It's lightweight. I don't know whether this is going to be the end result of the coffee machine we take away, or I'll get a smaller one, but I do have a place in the galley for this. This induction hot plate for $59 is an absolute bargain as far as I'm concerned. So much so that we're building a house at the moment and we're renting a property, and the cooktop isn't that good, and we've actually been using this since I purchased it a week ago, and it is just so good on mains current. So for 59 bucks, this is a bargain. To plug everything in, as I said, it just blows my mind that I can do this at this point of time, standing in my driveway, which is a really weird place to cook. But to be able to go away and do this is awesome. I don't think you could live for a week like this unless you had some other form. You had a gun solar system, or you had 200 watts worth of battery. With the camper at this point of time, I'm happy with the 100 watts because I think I can get by, and yes, it will stretch the system over a weekend, but I think it's very viable. And my idea with this is that if we do go away for long periods, I will take the Weber barbecue, and in that instance I'll have a gas cylinder more than likely in the Jeep that we just pull out when we need it and cook on the table. So combined with this hot plate and a Weber Baby Q barbecue, we can do roasts and everything. Really chuffed with this. I'm kind of a convert with all this stuff, especially with the pricing that you can get like these induction hot plates for. And the inverter, and I will go into the inverter in a little bit more detail because I think I will mount it in the camper. that thing is an absolute bargain for the money. And if it doesn't last, I've dipped my toe into what an inverter is, and I can then go out and quite confidently spend the money on a more expensive one. But at this point of time, and from the video that I've seen the other guy on YouTube make, and as I said, I will link down to his video below, I'm pretty chuffed with it all. So I hope you enjoyed that. I'm going to go and eat my breakfast and have my coffee. That's it for today, guys. I'll see you next time on my off-road camper build. Bye now.